Hello friends and welcome to Fey Earth, a magical world set in an alternate 19th century Earth, where every creature from folklore and fairy tale is real, have always been real, and lived alongside humanity. Join our adventurers as they explore a world of arcane mysteries and danger, where the new scientific and industrial age collides with an ancient world of fairy and magic. When last we left our heroes, they had successfully reunited the ancient fairy Fergus O'Rourke with the soul of his beloved Gráinne Yorgel, and they'd watched as their two spirits had moved on to an eternal rest. Feeling quite happy with this, they'd headed back to the house, looking forward to a long night's rest himself. But just as they were getting there, as Selena reached for her pipe to have an evening smoke, she discovered her Goblin Purse was not in her belt. Pretty certain it was the Púca that they'd seen briefly on the bog. They are now deciding what to do next. Will they return immediately? Will they find this creature? And will it survive an encounter with the furious Selena? Let us return now to the Femme Fatales and find out. The party heads to bed.
What? No, I'm not heading to bed. I'm like, I want my shit back.
Okay,
Wait,
so hold on.
Night,
Then in that case, let me restart.
Yeah.
We finished with Selena having discovered that her Goblin
We
Purse
already got
is
back to the
missing.
house, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are back at the house.
So I'm like, oh my god, where is my stuff?
So the question is, do we jump up and go in the middle of the night to fight the Púca,
No, my
or do we
stuff
wait
is
till the
gone.
day?
Well,
Will
we're not
we
gonna see him.
see
We
him
can't see
Púca?
him in the day, and I
So
need my
we'd be
stuff. He
waiting.
might be gone. He might
Okay.
sell it, God knows where.
Well, I'm up for going now then.
Who's with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
you're
you,
not,
you
Selena, you're not going without me. There's no way.
coming as well.
I don't know if you probably want to. Erin might be worried about you, but
We would appreciate your help.
or can you tell us? We did face a Púca before, but I think it was much younger.
Well, to be honest, you're quite strong at this stage. They're tricky creatures. They do have powerful magics.
If they blind one of us, could you remove that for us?
I don't have that skill.
Oh, you don't have that skill. Could I do it, maybe? I don't know if I can heal. My healing magic would actually remove a curse.
Considering what I've seen you do, I imagine that you would be able to restore such sites with your spells that can remove curses and hexes, and then your regenerative spells as well.
Yes.
So I imagine that you would
I've seen
be...
you regrow someone's arm, Selena.
Yeah, but that's not, do you know what I mean? That's because it was cut off and not because somebody has cursed another person. I'm
well,
not sure if I can
we'll
break
just
person.
have to not give him the chance.
Yeah. Little feck.
What's he typically likely to do, Agnicon, when we encounter him?
Well, it depends. They're creatures that they'd like to hide in the shadows. They can turn invisible.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
And Bronwyn, you can see invisible creatures, yes?
Yeah.
So Bronwyn would be fine, but the rest of you,
Who has the wolf traps?
that probably won't work against this creature. They're not stupid.
Well, it
They're
worked with
very-
the last one.
That's
Okay,
because
right.
it was in a forest. And you
That's
were able to
very
cover it.
cunning.
You were
That's
able
true.
to cover them,
I
and
love
it was
wolf
much
traps.
younger.
Well, if I...
They're very cunning.
You don't have any left of that oil stuff, no? You
No, it
used
was
it up.
Windows. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
So that they are cunning. They have the ability
I
to.
used it because I thought it might.
Absolutely.
Handy.
What's the code word?
Yeah.
The what? I
But
can't
if you see
remember.
it, if you see it, what
I can't
you
remember
say
what
something.
the code
Say,
word was.
I don't know. Let's decide on
Let's
something.
decide now. Pick something.
Okay. The only thing is the thing from Misfits that I'm not going to say.
No, don't. What's misfits, Bron?
What's she talking about?
I don't know what she's talking about.
I know. I'm sorry.
What funny language is this?
It needs to be something that won't sound totally out of the ordinary.
True.
So he won't realise, but that
Yeah.
we'll realise because it's out of the ordinary enough. I don't know, something like I'm really thirsty.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay,
Okay, let's go.
I'll hold on to them and I'll tell you.
You go to do that, but Agnicon has not agreed to go with you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's why we're asking him. Do you have any other advice?
Well, be careful.
What's the best way to take him out if we needed to?
Well, you all have powerful magics.
Can they blink? Can they teleport?
They're very fast.
You remember, we did fight one before.
I know, but can't remember if they
the
teleported
best,
or not.
the best thing to do would probably be to try to scare the creature. I mean, you'd first of all, I don't think I should come. Because if I am there with you, then it will probably not appear at all.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. It would sense
So-
your presence.
Get you.
If I am there, I do not think the creature will turn up at all.
Mm-hmm.
If I am not there, it might look
That
upon
makes
this
sense.
as an opportunity
Steal more.
to perform another prank.
Well, I'm gonna leave my Goblin Purse
I was
here.
thinking the exact. So I'm taking it off my belt as we speak.
I
Put it on the
am
chair.
so angry, guys. Like,
Yeah.
honest to God,
So,
like if he's already sold that stuff off, I am
So
gonna
no.
rip
you wouldn't-
him and tear him a
Sold it
new
to
one.
him.
I
Kept
don't
it.
know. God knows.
Why do you
I'm-
think you would sell it?
That's a human.
There is a lot of stuff in there.
Selena, that's a human
And
thing.
maybe he would trade it for something.
No,
Like,
he's probably
who
kept it
could-
as a trophy to remind him of that time he stole something from the friends of an elf that were visiting his bog.
Or maybe, you know, he
Little shite.
wants some lovely new dresses.
Oh, I guarantee you he had no idea what was in your
Lovely
Goblin
shite.
Purse when he
Proper
stole it.
curious.
He just saw the opportunity to steal something from...
We'll get your stuff back, Selena. I'm gonna concept to you. I don't.
If
You know,
any dresses are ripped, I swear to God, I'll
you
tear
have
him a new
less
one.
in your It's fine.
That's not the point.
If it's an enchanted dress, the mending cantrip wouldn't heal the enchantment if that was broken.
Okay, we're just
Well,
gonna.
look. Let's just not think of. Let's just deal with Púca and not think of what could
Calm.
happen.
Alpheus will fix it. He's
Calm.
going to
Yeah.
be fine.
Calm.
Agnicon, thank you. Good night.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I would... There's a few different ways you can face this creature. You can try to appeal to its ego to get it to appear. Maybe. Outright threats will... They might work to make it appear, but I would try to get the creature to appear, and then Bronwyn, I would suggest, because you can see him even if he turns invisible, that once it realizes it can't hide from you, then, well, try and capture it. Now, they're vicious creatures. Their magics are mostly spells of illusion and hexing. They have that spit, their venom.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes,
Remember
and if
you got hit with.
they can temporarily blind you with the Púca spit. You know, it's funny because in Ireland, you know, they tell the children not to eat berries after Samhain, after the Halloween,
That's true.
because the Púca might have spat on them,
Exactly.
and that's where that story comes from, is the fact that the Púcas have this venomous spit. But anyway, so if you can get him to reveal himself and capture him, and then threaten with extreme prejudice, lots of violence and hurt and pain if he does not return your items to you. That should do the job. If you kill him outright, you may not retrieve your Goblin Purse, because it might not be on him. It might be back in his home.
Where do they tend to live?
No, they're like so many of the other Fae. They have little homes in mounds and barrows and the likes. It would be magically hidden from humans. So it would not be impossible to find, but it would actually, Bronwyn, you'd probably see the entrance to, with your new ability, that enchantment that you have on your eyes, you would be able to see the entrance to a Fae portal.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought
And
it
we
was
do
just
have Moondust still, so
We
we
do
could
have
get in.
We do have more.
But you don't have much by way of a moon.
That's true.
Do you have a moon lamp?
no.
So, no, you don't, because the moon lamp that you used previously with the moon dust was
Yeah.
That was
owned by
Lady
your
Nicole.
friends in the
Yeah.
League of Cunning.
That was
Lord
Lady
Tyrconnell and
Yeah.
Lady Nicole.
Yeah.
Remind me
that's
to
true.
try and get one.
Yeah. So, if you're planning on teleporting there, then that would be what I would recommend. Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's take them out.
Fine. Teleport myself
So, you teleport yourself where to?
to the bog
Anywhere.
where we found
was a tree,
the
wasn't there?
fairy. Yes, by the tree where he appeared
Yeah.
or
Okay.
disappeared.
Yeah, so you teleport yourself back to the section of bog where you saw the Púca in his animal form.
So we've left most of our precious things behind, haven't we?
Yeah, well, I'm going to
We're
assume that
travelling
you
light.
had gave your goblin purses and any other items you were worried about to Aignacon, and he brought them back to the house
Yeah.
and said that he would leave them in Bronwyn's study.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right.
And after, in the morning, I am going to have a chat with my staff and make sure none of them decide to wander out after us if we're, going to deal with Fae.
Well, I mean, you can... They might ignore you.
I have a feeling Eamon might ignore you, but we need to survive this first.
Yes.
Certainly if it's raining, he'll probably ignore you.
Oh,
He's a good
This
man.
is job.
He is a good man.
so it's probably going to be raining most
So,
of the time.
you've arrived in the bog. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Well, can you see anything, Bronwyn?
Give me an awareness roll.
Okay, what dice do I want to use? Oh no.
Should I even...
So I got a 7.
Well, I might get a nat 1.
I assume he has like a plus 10 to dex it's just stealth and shit while invisible. I need to stop eating these jellies.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything at all.
I know I don't have that or the true sight, but just with my dark vision, can I just...
Well, you all have dark vision. You have better dark vision than the rest of the party. Your dark vision has double the range of your friends,
Yeah.
being dwarven blooded as opposed to just a drop of fey blood. So the issue isn't the darkness. The issue is you can't
the
see
distance.
anything,
Yeah.
The issue is literally it's a flat bog. There is that solitary hawthorn tree trying to survive in that acidic soil. That's it.
That's it.
What do you all want to do?
Is there a portal around the around the tree? I mean,
Bron, you don't spot it. No, it's
Bron is-
it's just a solitary tree in the middle of the
Ron
bog.
is going to start basically saying, "Oh, Selena, what are you going to do about your goblin purse? You must be so sad that all of your that those sentimental pictures are gone. I bet you would do anything to get them back."
oh, you have no idea.
So, give me a deception roll. Because, yeah, that's complete crap. Respectfully.
Boy, I'm fucking rolling. That's a 17. Oh, sorry. Dog.
Just leave the door open, will you, honey?
Where are you? What's wrong with you?
Olaf's tactic is more like, take out the axes and like, where are you? Get over here. We're gonna get
You close the door,
axe
Susan?
back over
Becker,
there."
yeah, I know.
I have a feeling now I just wanted me to powder.
Okay. Shall we resume? Well, it's cocked. So, do you say anything in response, Selena?
I'm like, oh, you wouldn't believe what I would do for this. I am.
Give me a deception roll.
Really angry.
He did this through gritted teeth.
And for good measure, I let out a scream like I do when I use frighten, but without the actual frighten magically
Yes.
behind it, because I don't want him to run
Is
away.
Olaf
But
triggered?
I'm like, you know.
Maybe it doesn't help with the effect you're trying to get across here. But
What was that? So that is
Deception.
deception.
I don't know. Do you have the deception talent?
No, but like
You have a very high charm score. I know,
I do,
but you
yeah.
don't
So
have-
that is a 4. 12, and then do I get anything from the crown and that kind
Well,
of...
that's including the crown bonus, isn't it?
No, that's just my charm bonus.
Your charm, yeah, but your charm plus 6 is with the crown. Remember?
Oh,
As
okay.
far as I think.
So
No, the bonuses you get with the crown
Then it
are
would be
for
14.
to persuasion and intimidation.
Yeah.
Not to deception.
no, okay,
Because
so then it's 12.
Monarchs don't lie; they persuade or they intimidate. They
That's
don't.
what
they
you
don't
think.
lower, yeah, but they don't lower themselves to lying.
That's what you think. 12.
Okay, you're not seeing anything so far. Do you want to start wandering around? Do you want to start trying anything else?
I'm afraid we get led astray.
I'm gonna start walking
Well,
around.
don't forget that no matter where you're led, you do have the teleporter
Yeah,
there
you
to
can
get you
always-
Yeah,
back.
so I'm gonna start walking around. Do you see any like will-o'-the-wisps or anything like that? I hate those things.
No, nothing at the moment.
Grand.
Right, I'm gonna take out my axes. Come out, you gidger, give us back the law! And I just kind of start yelling into the night air, brandishing my axes.
Okay.
So
Cutting a terrifying figure.
1, 2, 3.
they did
On
say
the
Scare him
horizon.
into submission.
they did. I'm going to say to appeal to his ego,
Yes,
not intimidation.
he did.
So Okay.
Gravel to a Púca, you know?
Bron is gonna, she's gonna say, I am the lady of our Bracken House. I would love an audience with the esteemed residents of this bog.
Give
What?
me a persuasion roll.
Oh no. Wait, what the fuck is that?
Language.
Sorry, I can't. Is that an 8?
I don't know. It's your die.
Let's see if there's a 20.
Can you open that door near?
Yeah.
It's a 10. What? Oh, I throw.
Baby.
Suddenly the Púca appears in the form of a terrifying husky.
So, what was your
Good sound
total?
effect.
Yeah.
10, I think. I just wanna yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a 10. It was my total. Yeah, it was 10.
Oh, hi.
Right, so 10 total.
Yes.
Oh, hi. Oh, my God. You're so cute.
Right. You don't? Nothing's happening so far.
Right. Oh, I feel disgusted by this, but I am going to do a big bow and say, I'll skag, beg an audience of the Púca of this bog, your magnificent, majestic, blah, 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 blah.
So,
Through
this is
great
what happens. As Olaf is saying that,
losing. Yeah.
you, Bronwyn, spot appearing up out of the like undulating ground this form. They're about a meter or so tall, yellowish skin with this weird kind of like cranial ridges, long razor sharp teeth, wearing a simple linen white shirt, kind of simple shortish brown woolen breeches, barefoot, long clawed fingers, and you see them suddenly appear up behind Olaf, and and you see them. No one else sees this, and they suddenly reach for Olaf, and with a flurry of their hands, Olaf's trousers fall down.
That's it!
Ron is going to train her.
I'm just gonna swing.
Okay,
my
where
axes.
you point
This
the
is-
gun,
this
I'm
is an
gonna-
So
instinctive-
let's just hold on. I tell you what,
the
I need to
axes
know.
are flying.
Bron, you suddenly point your gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Now
Olaf
you're
is like, what
this
the
now.
fuck?
He goes, but he's immediately starting to. He's going to immediately start to move. He's not going to stand there. He's kind of
Yeah.
giggling to himself as he starts to jump and skip off to the side. As you train your gun, Olaf, your trousers are around your ankles. You're going to
Deceased.
drop the axes and pull them up.
Deceased.
You're
Okay, so if I follow wherever Bron is pointing.
Well, you roughly, you don't know, like, all you know is a general direction.
I know.
You have no idea of distance, for
Yeah,
example.
that's true.
You know?
Well, I have a notion it was like from behind, so I'm just gonna swing. Like, I'm not even thinking.
Give me an attack roll with disadvantage. That's a -5
My
penalty.
ankles are tied.
And you're not using Threk, you're using Gary, your hand axe, okay?
yeah.
So, slightly lower attack modifier anyway.
13.
Yeah, no. You swing and you hit air. So
Bron,
what-
how far?
Brown's gonna say, I knew I smelled something. And she's gonna shoot
Okay.
at him.
Have you got iron bullets?
Yeah.
I assumed you would have packed iron.
Yeah, so say.
So you're gonna roll to attack.
Which was absolutely not the way I was planning on dealing with this one.
Hey, it attacked first, as far as I'm concerned.
It pulled down your
It
trousers.
attacked
That's
first.
hardly an
It
attack.
attacked
That's
first.
your dignity is
everybody.
hurt.
Yes.
It attacked first.
That is a 31.
What?
I rolled an
Jesus.
18.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
I
gosh.
plus 13 to hit.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous.
I'm not using my magic gun, by the way.
Okay, right. So this
Crap, where have I got my bullets written down?
I don't know.
You wrote it down.
Oh no, wait, I have them written down here.
They're
didn't
down
I?
there. Okay, 31. Yes, you hit. Alright, so yes, you do hit. Ridiculous. Okay.
Can I hear a yelp?
A couple of things are going to happen at the same time. Okay. So first thing that's going to happen is
I
you
haven't
roll.
even done my double attack or second attack.
You roll for damage. We're not working in initiative order, so we're not using actions per attacks per action. Okay.
That's a 5 plus. Sorry, I need to remember my dump. Wait,
It should be there. You have a very high damage modifier. It's like a +12 or something, isn't it? Isn't it? Now make sure you're not using the
Arcane.
the arcane revolver.
I know, that's at the top. So that was 18 points of damage.
Okay, so that's going to be okay. What are you doing? What the hell?
Can I either...
So what you see is a bullet hit something, but
Is there blood? Can
You're
I
not
see
sh-
blood?
you're
Can
not-
I hear?
you hear a cry, absolutely, but you still don't see a
I'll
target.
have to estimate from where
Yeah.
how far the cry is coming.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult.
I know.
Um,
And I want to cast Tendrils of Night and try to grapple the thing.
Okay, so this is what happens. Two things happen at the same time. At the same time as you throw out your tendrils of night in roughly that area, so the thing is the tendrils form, but you can't really see. So you're going to give me an attack roll, but it's going to be at disadvantage. So that's a -5 penalty because you can't. You only have a very rough idea where this very small, very quick moving fey creature is.
That's an 18 plus 7
-5.
is 20, thank you, and then minus 21, then -5 is 20.
No, it's
No.
20 altogether.
20
Yeah,
altogether,
yeah.
is it?
Oh,
Oh, very good.
It's 25 minus 5.
Okay,
Oh,
and
very
now
nice.
however, this is the thing. At the same time that's happening, Nafua throws out a spell, and vines.
Did she come with us?
Yeah.
She did, yeah.
Okay.
And vines come shooting up out of the ground, wrapping and trying to entangle. They don't grasp at anything per se, but you do see a certain shifting in the vines, which helps you. As like the two spells trigger at the same time,
Yes.
and you throw out your tentacle, your tendril of shadow, and that Nafua's vines being shifted and moved helps you.
Gives me
And then your
target.
tendril does wrap
Lovely.
around, and you think you've captured it, but you are trying to. I don't have the. Do I have the spell up here? I don't have the spell up here. And you are trying to grapple as opposed to damage.
A little damage, but
Well, no,
I tried to
remember
hold him.
the way the spell works.
Yeah.
If you're trying to,
Yeah, no, I grabbed
you're
him.
trying to bludgeon or you're trying to grapple.
No,
You
I
know,
grabbed him.
and that's 4th level, isn't it?
Yeah, for the 4th or 1st.
No, 3rd level. Third
Third
level. Okay.
Do I have a double top or anything like that?
We're not in initiative
Okay,
order
yeah,
right now,
sorry.
so all these things happen at the same time. So yeah, you still do one. So you still do 1d8 plus 7 points of penetrate damage. Okay. Now let me just look at my Púca. Where is he gone? Oh, there we go. No.
2, thank God, plus
there it
7, so 9.
9. 9 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me just... I can't remember. Would he? No, he wouldn't have. I'm going to say he wouldn't have used... so, this is what you see now is a very strange sight. Okay? It is... So what you're seeing is... So you've got this tendril of shadow, which is currently around the... wrapped around something, but you can't see what that something is, if that makes sense. Okay? So.
I'm asking... I know I can't give it away. Are you thirsty yet, Bronwyn?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's so you can see this. The tendril is wrapped around something invisible, and you can see the tendril is moving as if something is trying to struggle and break free of it. All right. So after a moment, the invisible illusion spell drops, and when it does, you see the Púca in front of you. This small creature, about 1 meter tall, yellowish skin. These were like ball with these kind of slight weird cranial ridges, golden eyes with cat-like pupils, a mouth filled with razor sharp fangs, and saliva dripping from his mouth. Yeah. Long, sharp claws on very dexterous fingers, and he looks at you, hissing a second. And you see his form shifting as he is trying to shapeshift into something else. So, he is now trying to shift into something else to try and escape your grapple. So, you're going to have to give me a fresh attack roll because he is a slippery guy. And this time you don't have the penalty though because you can see him.
Oh shit,
so, magic roll.
Plus 7, 14.
Do you want to add anything to that?
Yes. Plus my 5.
Is a 19.
Yes.
So what happens is you see his form drop as he starts to shift into a hair,
and I'm like,
and your tendrils tighten around him, and he's and he's really you can hear him squealing, and the way rabbits and hares do that noise that they make, and he's like his feet are scampering and scurrying, and he's like really annoyed. And he's
like, I got you. You can change back. Good.
Things will go better for you if you return what you stole.
And he just gives it.
Hold me back, I'll get it out of him.
I just squeeze a teeny bit more.
Bron is gonna just put a hand in front of Ola. We can be rational about it.
Like you really want rabbit stew, don't you?
Oh man. So good.
Okay. He's like, well, it's a kind of a funny thing. You see actually his form starts to shift as if he's trying to change back into his Púca form, but he can't fully because he's so tightly caught by your magic. So he can't actually... He looks like he's trying to shift back into his true form and is struggling to.
You have something that belongs to us. Give it back to us
specifically,
now,
I want it back.
Deceased. Where is it?
So the shifting continues until this really weird thing happens where part of his form shifts. So his head kind of changes back into a weird hybrid of the hair.
Every moment I live is agony.
Yeah, it's really weird, and he's trying to shift back. So he says, "Well, I can't tell you where it is if I can't speak, and hares can't speak."
You're speaking fine.
It was just that I was just curious, that's all.
Yep, now I'm curious back and I want my stuff back now.
You lose a limb every time. You don't answer a question.
You would do that to one of your own?
I would.
I've heard.
You don't want to cross a
Enraged.
dwarf.
I've heard of you.
Especially
Hell has
dwarfs
no
of your
fury.
time.
I've heard of you northern dwarves have no sense of humour, unlike your cousins further south.
Just
Right.
grabbing it
And he's like-
tighter.
And he squeaks again. He's like, he's not liking it. He's like,
Like, come on.
I don't know how long I can hold him back. I'm just saying.
so, okay, so, Selena, do you want to give me an intimidation roll?
Yes.
And I'm going to give you advantage on this, so that's an
Yes,
additional
I do
plus
have
5.
oh.
No, I'm giving you advantage because of this context.
So I have a 14.
Plus, what's your charm? It's something stupid.
4.
Like, okay, so that's 18.
And then I have 2 plus 2 in intimidation anyway.
So that's 20.
And then you give me
I'm
a
giving
plus
you an
5.
advantage, so
25.
25.
So I'm like,
Okay. Okay. Look, let's
you
be-
never see me so angry before.
Let's,
like,
let's be reasonable about this, okay? I don't have it on me. It's back in my home. If we all just come to an agreement.
I'm gonna skin him. I need a new pair of boots.
If we just come to an agreement, I will go and get it. I'll give you my word, and I will have it.
Full of everything that was in it.
Yes.
Nothing missing.
Yes, hanging from that tree by sunrise. Yes, I give you my word. And dwarf, you know what that
You
means.
can't lie.
They can't,
But I don't
yeah.
trust
Well, we can lie, but if a fake gives its word, we
Yeah.
listen to me, you.
yes.
If it's not there by tomorrow sunrise, I'll come back tomorrow night and I'll squash you to death.
You people have no sense of humor.
It's been a long day.
So,
And I've killed a Doulahan, just for your information,
Well, that's right, you did.
why would you do that?
because he attacked us. It attacked me, he called my name, and yes, I lived.
You see a little trickle come down,
Oh.
running along the shadowy tendril of your spell from the rear quarters of this strange hare-fey hybrid that you're currently talking
Do
to.
we understand each other?
Now.
If you will release me from your grasp, I will travel home immediately, and before the first rays of the sun break the horizon, your property will be hanging from that tree.
Mm-hmm. Very
I
good.
give you my word.
I don't know. What do you think, Selena?
I've given my word.
I think
And
he's
he's-
intimidated enough.
You can tell now he's getting desperate. He's like, I've given my word. What more can I do?
I'm releasing the thing, and I'm just like,
As you
just so you know who you're dealing with. And as I'm releasing it, I am conjuring the armament of.
you cast astral armament.
Yeah,
Describe what we see.
right. As soon as, like, at the same time as his things are
Now,
released.
by the
you
way,
see-
if you're casting that spell, because Tendrils of Night is a concentration
Yeah.
spell, so it does drop.
So it drops, but like, you know, as it drops, you can see I kind of shake, and I do this, right? And as I'm kind of shaking my shoulders out, you see huge, bright blue angel's wings springing from my back, like, you know, and they unfurl, like, right? And as he looks at me, I just go whoosh, and I lift it up in the air, and I say, like, if you're not back by tomorrow, remember what I told you.
Before the first rays of the sun have broke the horizon, your property will be hanging from the tree.
Good.
And he changes into a hare, and he disappears. He is. I mean, we all know how fast a hare
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He is gone in seconds. He's a dot on the horizon.
Well, I think that went pretty good.
As I'm
So-
lowering myself down.
That's a new
Wow.
thing.
That's a new thing.
Okay.
That's
Well.
amazing.
And as I'm doing that, like, you know what I mean, they fold in behind me.
So you can fly.
I can fly.
Yeah. So you see these angelic wings. They're made. When you look at them, you actually realize they seem to be made of pure energy, but they look like this bluish tinted kind of feathery angelic wings. They're huge. Like they're each wing is probably 2 meters long, like massive wingspan. Okay,
Just so he knows who's dealing with, I fly up and then I scream my banshee scream like into the air.
You're frightened about it? Yeah, okay. So yeah,
and you have this ear splitting scream that like echoes around the bog, like, you know.
Right.
So, what would you like to do, Selena? Would you like to wait here?
Well, I'm waiting here, like, until he comes back. If you guys want. I guess I could
wait,
teleport you back if you want, and I'll come
I
back.
don't mind either way. I can wait.
It means we won't rest, or someone might take exhaustion.
I'm a bit hungry. Yeah, maybe head back and early in the morning.
Unfortunately, because you left your goblin purses back in the house, you don't have
food.
anything. No, not just food. Like, you've had your dinner and all that, but you don't have anything such as your traveller's tents that you could have brought. If you had your goblin purses, you'd have your tents in them. You could actually just camp here. So, I mean, unless, Selena, if you want to teleport back to the house
I can
and get
teleport
things,
back to
and
the
then
house,
you
yeah.
can set up a watch at the bog.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
So then so Selena goes back with who?
I'll go back as
yeah,
well.
I'll go back.
Okay, so the two of you bounce back. You head to the study. You grab all your stuff. I'm guessing, yes.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen, get some snacks.
Get some snacks, get some bread rolls or something, yeah. And then you bounce back. You take out your traveller's tents from the goblin purses. Set up a watch for the evening. I'm not going to have you do awareness rolls or anything like that because you don't see anything. Bronwyn, which watch would you take?
I'll take the first watch.
Then you don't see anything. Okay.
I think Selena should take the final watch.
So Selena, you're taking the
so
final
she
watch.
gets
So you're taking the final watch, and as you're taking the final watch, and you're getting pretty annoyed because you haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
You have not seen a thing, and you know that dawn is breaking soon, and you're getting really, really, really angry. And
Drumming my
finally,
fingers.
you see daybreak on the horizon, and as the rays of the sun start to stretch across the sky, and they hit the bog and hit the tree, you see hanging from one of the branches your goblin purse.
Lovely.
There, you never saw this creature appear, but he kept his word. He obviously wasn't stupid enough to let you see him.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I'll take my stuff back.
And
I'll check if everything is in there.
That went well.
So yeah, no, everything's there. Nothing
Fantastic.
appears to have been in any way interfered with.
Well, let's break camp and
So
go back.
you
for
get
it.
up, break camp, head back. Now it's very
Teleport you back.
It's very early. It's about 5:30, 6 o'clock because you're at daybreak, and you know breakfast won't be ready until 8.
Bronwyn, do I have permission to raid your kitchen?
yeah, sure.
Get some snacks.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to head to the kitchen, you head to the kitchen, and then at 7 o'clock you see the cook coming in.
I'll just outside and I have a little pipe and I'll raid the kitchen with you as well.
And she sees Olaf and Selena, the food's gone to bed. What about Bron?
Bron is gonna go to bed for a bit.
So she steps in and she sees the two of you in her kitchen.
Oh,
in,
good morning.
In their kitchen, eating some bread and some cheese and stuff that you found.
Apologise for the intrusion.
Yeah, it was a long night
It's
in
been
the
a long
bog.
night.
Why were you spending a night in the bog?
We had to camp out for a Púca.
It's a bit of a rescue mission, you see.
Right. Would you like some bacon?
Oh, yes,
Oh,
please.
I love some bacon.
She starts, does a fry up, gets some bacon, throws it onto the pan, or it's like, gets the...
Do they seem annoyed that Selena and Olaf
We'll
are
tell
in
them
their
the
kitchen?
story, so...
So yeah, you tell them the story. They throw some logs into the aga, get the heat up going, and over the next 20 minutes or so, while still preparing stuff for everybody else, by the way, they're very good at their job. They're a proper professional cook in a big house.
I'm going to be up reenacting the whole thing. Just to soften the blow.
And wait, his trousers fell down.
Yes.
That
Let's
must
not
have been
dwell on
must
that
have
part.
been a sight, and they're laughing. They're like, oh, right. That must have been a sight.
Let's not dwell on that part of the story.
Right. I have heard that pure dwarves are made of stone. What do you think, eh? Gives a wink to Selena.
Absolutely.
I'm like, right, well,
ever
I'll
get
just take
the
the
chance,
bacon
you
and go
know?
to bed.
Wow.
So, that's great.
I mean,
Thank you.
somebody
you.
got a chance, otherwise I wouldn't have this lovely dark complexion.
Oh.
There you go. Well, I'm
There
just
you
going to
go.
take the bacon and scarper off.
Well,
Disgusted by this.
Yes.
I really
And
feel.
Olaf,
It's not often that he's
funny,
embarrassed and I
because-
just laugh at her like a
Because he has,
brilliant.
like, Olaf, as we said, is a Jotunheim dwarf.
Been a long night.
The dark elves, if you will, of the north. Skin as black as pitch and tar, as are described in the old Icelandic sagas. And so his skin is really, really dark. But when he goes running off, it's kind of weird. It's almost like he goes a little bit darker as he blushes. And yeah, it's quite funny. And the cook is a real hearty belly laugh. As
I
he
was like, this was amazing. He
Oh,
hardly
yeah.
ever gets embarrassed. This was
Not
brilliant.
impressed. I'm sulking in my
So-
room eating bacon.
Yeah, you go to so you head upstairs, you have your break, but you do eventually come down because you know there's actual
We're
breakfast
going to have a
being
nap,
cooked.
but yeah, I'm coming down for actual breakfast.
Yeah, so but you only get about a 20-minute nap because
Yeah.
breakfast
Ron's
being
gonna
served at
like
8.
freshen up and then come down.
Yeah, you all head down. You're having breakfast, so it's all of you are there. Your household manager Aim is there, and one of the maids, Myrn, is there as well. He's always there in the morning. Okay. Miss Nee Bradnock just come in at one point, checks a few things, and then she's gone.
Ron's gonna ask Eamon how he's feeling today.
I'm perfectly fine, miss. Thank you very much. Ready and eager to perform my duties.
Oh god. Just you're not feeling any
I'm perfectly fine, miss.
Okay.
Perfectly able to perform my duties, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Just actually while I have you here, so next time we're going off venturing, dealing with potentially dangerous situations, maybe stay in the house.
Well, in my defense, miss, I'm new here. I'd forgotten. I know this sounds ridiculous, but my primary concern was my lady out at night in climatic elements.
You have to remember who you're dealing with. This is the champion of Tara.
This is Lady Bronwyn Pritchard of our Bracken House.
The champion of Tara.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that whole champion thing, they were pretty.
Well,
special
no, but that tells
circumstances.
everybody what stuff you're made of.
She is still a lady. And I am her employee. It is my duty to perform my tasks
To be
to a
honest,
satisfactory
Damon,
fashion.
I need to learn how to be a lady, I think.
I think you're perfect the way you are.
So, yous are just finishing breakfast. And Aaron is like, by the way, did you like the cabinet? The cabinet was put up in your room. It's a beautiful cabinet. Remember the stage was getting your cabinet as a housewarming gift?
Oh.
This fabulous cabinet. It was put up in the room. You didn't get a chance
Instead
to really
of a
see it
horse.
last night, but you did see it this morning. It's just very, very fine. It's more like a dresser. So there's
Yeah.
like, it's quite large, quite wide with like two sets of, two narrow-ish sets of drawers, 3 on either side,
Okay.
and a lovely mirror. So it's
Yes.
so you could have your cosmetics, your makeup, and all these things with
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Here's Ron has all of these.
So
things.
yeah, and it is lovely. It's a lovely.
very
Yeah,
fine.
it's a beautiful. It's mahogany with a rosewood inlay. It's really, really high quality. Yes. Very, 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 very nice. So do you like it? Do you like the cabinet?
It's very, very beautiful.
Yes.
I've never had anything so.
Well, when we go into
Fine.
Dublin shopping for clothes,
Oh,
which you promised me,
and there's the banquet.
yes,
Oh,
we will
God, the
also
banquet.
go shopping for makeup for you, and this is going to be
I'm like-
so exciting
What's
because.
she going to do?
Well, no, it's just that.
Jaw on the floor.
No, it's just
waiting.
that with your striking, fey complexion, it's going to be so like. It's just going to be so exciting trying to
This-
get the right tones and colours.
This delegation from Jotunheim, I just,
You're worried about that, aren't you?
yeah.
There's a slim chance it would be a close relative. for
No,
me.
do you know what? The chances are so low.
Would they
and
even recognise you?
well,
Apart from that one uncle.
Well,
The
they'd
one
notice
that-
she was a frost giant and probably have questions.
but Megan is a frost giant, so
But see,
True.
that's it. Like, there's not just
See, they won't
noble.
see
There
Megan, though.
isn't. There is probably lots of families of frost giants. It doesn't necessarily
in
mean they're all
Ireland.
nobles.
well,
No.
not in.
I don't know if they'd expect to see one here
Well, I just you know
at a
what?
banquet. You know, at a royal
Yeah, but
banquet.
And
still,
you know- and
have
you know
been
what?
adopted.
If my uncle is there, he's not going to acknowledge
Well,
me.
there you
I
go.
can tell you that now. It's just
Well,
more.
he might have to now that you have a title.
Well, he'll certainly he'll be. I'm sure he'll be polite, but he won't.
But there you go, like just don't parole all over the place that you're related. And
As
you'll
you're
be fine.
saying this, there is an exclamation, not a scream, but a ah from the maid, as appearing in front of you all, magically, you see the form of somebody. Your axes are in your bedroom.
Oh, yeah, they are.
You see the form of a human, early 40s, wiry build, dark brown hair, grey druid's robes. Your good friend, Pater O'Queeveen, has astrally
I'm a
projected.
bit triggered by ghosts, so I kind of duck under the table until I see it's a
Astrally
druid.
projects in front of you all.
I would recognise Mother Nostra.
You immediately recognize it. He says,
Pater, what's up?
getting used to this spell, but I had some messages for you all. You know yourself, this spell is very short, only lasts a minute. In brief, the Jotunheim entourage arrived down in Cork yesterday, and at the same time, I'll probably have to do this spell several times.
Go faster.
The
Pick it up.
trolls
Come on, Paddy.
in Wicklow.
Yes.
Travelling, we thought to Dublin. It looks like they may be travelling further north to Tara. We would like you to be at the Royal Palace at Tara. The military will be there, but just as backup.
Today,
Trolls.
trolls.
But are they
alive?
attacking?
Well, we don't know. That's why.
Okay.
There's
Fine.
four or five trolls, and they are on the way to, we believe, Tara. We don't think they're in any way connected to the trade delegation, but they could be here because they weren't invited or some such thing.
Right.
I don't honestly know. As well as that, there's been a few other things that has been happening around the country, and then the spell fades.
Okay.
And you're there, and you know yourself, it's going to be 5 minutes before he's back.
Trolls.
And so the maid is like, was that another ghost?
No, he's
astral
actually
projecting.
projecting. He's not really here, but
So he's a ghost.
No, he's alive. He's just using magic to appear.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, my dear. You
Poor
have
girl.
to get
So
used
if you
to this
imagine
now.
his mind would be here, but his body is back in the druid headquarters.
There's no.
Oh, he's a druid. Oh, you
about.
should have just said he was like,
Yeah.
if he's a druid, then, that makes sense, of course. She says, and you can tell she's trying to say this to herself. She's trying to convince herself.
You okay, my
this
dear?
Is, of course, miss, I'm perfectly fine.
Ron,
I'm very
Would you
happy.
like some tea?
No, miss, would you like a fresh cup of tea? And
No,
she
no,
knows
I'm
that-
fine, thank
Ron
you.
is going to pick up a cup and start pouring tea and just.
Oh, no, sorry.
Give me
As
extra shit.
as soon as you start to do it, she rushes up to you
no.
and she's like, I'm sorry, miss. She's like,
No,
and
it's for you. It's for you. Okay.
she's really confused.
Ron is going to say, "Sit down a second.
Sit down a second.
So-
No, I can't.
Collect
I-
yourself.
You're just going to have to get used to.
I can't. It's my if you need tea, then you should just ask. It's my job. If Miss Nee Brannock saw you pouring that tea yourself,
Oh, what have I done?
I would be in trouble. And you can see Nafu is like muttering under their breath. It's like, well, if you're from a good family.
It's like, it's okay.
No,
Just
my
have to
lady,
calm
if
down.
you wish for tea, and Erin turns, she's like, Bronwyn, no, you're distressing the poor girl. Let her do her
Let her
job,
do her job.
okay? If you feel bad, then you know you're treating them very well. All right, now, please, and wait, wasn't that? I've seen him at Tara. He's quite senior in the Druid Order.
Father, I don't know how senior he is.
Oh no, he is quite senior in the Druid Order. He
And he
regularly
helped us deal with the Durgar as well.
he regularly advises the Grand High Druid himself. He's he's very senior in the Order. He was quite instrumental when all that was stuff that was happening up north.
Was he?
Oh yes, he was heavily involved in organising the logistics of the Druids that were going up, dealing with the Fae that were causing them the minor local skirmishes.
Well,
and yes,
after what happened, I won't trust the druid so fast anymore, you know.
We had trouble with the Druid before. He turned out.
oh,
he
the
betrayed
one
us.
who was
Huron.
the associate of the professor.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, of course, yes.
But you know,
Well, you know, not all druids are like that.
of course.
Hashtag not all druids.
No,
What's a hashtag?
Of course. No, trolls.
Ugh, trolls.
I don't want to deal
I'd
with trolls.
As
But
you
it
are
was
just
worth
saying
it.
that, his form reappears.
Oh, Padger.
I'm
yes.
sorry, I'm still getting used to this new spell.
Okay,
I've only
so-
recently...
Alright.
So,
Trolls in Wicklow.
we think they're travelling to Tara.
Okay.
We would like you to be at Tara. Like we have.
When do you want us to be there?
If you could travel today, that would be ideal.
I could teleport to outside of the
We
palace.
believe they are night trolls, so they will not be travelling in the daytime. But they move quickly. They're quite fast. We don't wish for you to engage. It's rather as backup. There's a detachment of the military there. There are members of the Ravens Watch there. There will be some druids there. But as well as that, there has been other strange sightings. These strange forms that have appeared in a few places around the country. They look almost like spectres made of shadow. About the size of a man's body, but with blood red eyes is what we've been told. Now, they've appeared in a number of different places around the country. Every place that they have appeared, and the spell fades, and he is gone.
Spectres made of shadows. That sounds like what we saw
Olaf.
in the.
I'm more worried about the trolls.
Olaf, give me an intellect roll, please.
Bron is looking over at the maid, and she's going to say, he's going to appear again in 5 minutes.
Okay, right.
Just so you know.
Yes,
like
my
he has
lady.
to meditate for 5 minutes to get his spirit to travel.
Trolls. I'm disgusted.
I
What are they doing
I
here?
don't want to deal with trolls again. Oh my god.
Well, we don't know. Maybe they just want to be part of the. Do they trade? What are they like? Are they feral? Are they intelligent?
They're
Are they,
not-
do
they're
they
not
trade?
intelligent.
They're intelligent.
Do they
but-
trade?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Well, maybe
yeah.
maybe that's
They
it. Maybe
also
maybe
eat
they could see
people.
this in the front though that they're not. They haven't been included in this whole
Probably.
trade
Who
deal.
knows? Who knows? But
They
the thing,
eat people. He said they're night trolls, so they probably turn to stone if they
Oh,
are
during
caught
the
out
day.
in the
Yeah.
daylight.
Oh,
Yeah.
they don't move around in the daytime. So,
But they eat people.
They do.
they do eat people. Yeah.
Oh,
But
So
you know,
maybe we could hit them if it's sleep spell.
You would know that actually a troll's favourite food is mountain goat.
makes sense.
They
do
that
live
is
on the top
actually
of
their
mountains.
favourite food is mountain goat. They will eat people, and they
You saying
also
that? Are you saying that?
Sure.
yeah no. But you Olaf would know this. There are stories, and in battles in the past where the Fae have fought humans. If they were there are day trolls and night trolls. Day trolls are a little bit smaller than the night trolls. They're not quite as strong. They're still crazy strong. Just not quite as strong. Can be slightly smarter and often will have more gifts with magic because trolls can learn
They
magic
don't
too.
turn to
Trolls-
stone.
But they don't turn.
the troll
Is-
that threw Bron into a wall.
That was a night troll.
That was a night
Is,
That
troll.
was
is that where the story comes from? Do you know with the billy goats that are crossing the bridge where the troll lives?
Yes,
Well,
they do
that's-
hide under
They,
bridges.
they are and
Would
actually
you believe?
And they do like billy goats, so the story, do you know what I mean? Like,
It's-
so that's where that comes
and
from.
in Arcadia, the trolls often act as tax collectors, collecting the tolls when merchants are travelling across the great stone bridges that span the valleys of the Alps on the trade routes. So
Yeah, I've
they
heard
will
about
collect the
that from
taxes.
from some
yeah,
family members, although I have never seen it myself.
yeah. So they will. They're in Arcadia. They are tax collectors. In Jotunheim, they do whatever they want. They might be
So-
herders. They do a lot of different things.
Who is the more like advanced or the more stupid, the day or the night ones?
The night ones would be
I guess
The
Like-
they're
day
more
trolls
insular.
tend, the
you
day
know?
trolls tend to be smarter.
slightly they will be slightly smarter.
And do they actually turn into stone during the day and then come back to
No,
life,
they're
or
goners.
once they're
No,
once they're in stone, that's
they're
it?
gone.
They petrify
They're gone.
in the presence of daylight.
So I suppose it's good they're night
Wow.
trolls if we did need to deal with them. But
Smash them
strange
during
that
the day.
they're here though, and it's
Well, we could
hardly a
always
coincidence
Get
that.
them to sleep.
You
late
do
night,
know
you
that.
I mean, it is weird that
I
they're.
mean,
tro-
they will trade. but
They will, but they're also
unusual.
they also have massive egos. So
Because the frost giants were invited, they would feel
Yeah, that's it.
probably
That's
like
probably
they
what
need to
I'm
be-
thinking. They find that as an affront because they've been invited and they haven't. You know what I mean?
so that could be it. So as you are saying that, you see another shimmer, and you see appearing before you again is pattern. So shadowy forms,
Yes.
man-like forms made of shadow. They have all appeared at sites near known portals into the Fey realm, which makes us believe these creatures are coming from the Fey realm itself.
Yeah.
We do not know why.
Do we know what it is? What they are?
We don't
No
even
idea.
know what type of fey creature they are. And Nafui turns to you that we were hoping that you could maybe come back to Dublin and help us with our research. You are quite the gifted scholar. We would very much appreciate your aid in going through the archives. We trying to identify the type of fey creature that they are. Selena, the men that you sent us descriptions of have apparently been seen at a Fey site in Tipperary. It's believed that they attacked the site and stole something. The Fey don't know what was stole. They're checking the hoard, but they've told us so far none of their gold.
Have they
none
been
of their
caught?
gold. No, they got away again.
Shit.
None of the gold, none of their treasure was missing. So they don't know what was stolen from the site.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's awful.
And the spell fades.
Black creatures with red eyes. I wonder what they could be.
Those things that kind of sounds like similar to what we encountered in the Fey sites. These
Oh, the shades.
shadowy, shady.
Well, no.
But they didn't have red eyes, did
No,
they?
they didn't.
It's
They
So it
didn't.
must be
different.
something different then. I wonder
Yeah.
what that. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I can't think. There are many things that would have a humanoid form with
They
coloured
could
eyes,
shift
but
this
nothing.
as well, I suppose.
Olaf,
Nothing like
now
this,
as Selena's
you know.
saying this, you do remember when you recently went into the Fey realm, at one point you did briefly see a shadowy
I saw
form.
creatures in the
It looked
forest.
like this.
The bloodshades.
I just assumed
Sorry.
they were shape shifting. They
Sorry,
could have
Bron,
been
Bron
anything.
wasn't there. Bron doesn't remember.
Yes, but you're like, wait a minute, I did actually, and you
In the
recently
forest, yeah.
saw some, and you've never seen a creature like this before.
If it's those creatures, they were tough to fight.
You fought
They
one
were
of them?
tough to, I did. Yeah, I fought two of them in the Fey realm,
Yeah.
but
They were, and
They
they,
were-
and
they
that
were tough.
they looked like a shadowy humanoid form with blood
Yeah,
red eyes,
yeah.
and they were
Do you have an
tough.
idea what that is?
I thought they were just some sort of shape-shifting Fey. I thought it was a guise.
Thingy-majig.
I didn't think too
Yeah.
much about it.
But when you did defeat them, their forms just disappeared.
Vanished.
They evaporated. They didn't return
Wow.
into anything. So,
Maybe it is.
That is
Nafua does turn
strange.
to you and says, Selena, could you maybe bring me to
Absolutely,
Dublin
absolutely. Let me know when you're ready. If you want to pack some stuff.
in the next 20... They've just said I can read... They're giving me access to their archives.
Absolutely.
And
Get
you
your
can
stuff.
see their eyes are
I'm
lighting
gonna
up.
be here. I'm so happy for you. Find me when you're ready. I'll bump you down.
Yes.
So, Erin, I do need a dress for the banquet, but this whole thing is gonna have to wait.
Well, obviously, yes, this is far more important. And besides, the banquet isn't
Listen.
going to be until... Oh, it's in another, 8 days.
Alfie
9
has
days.
your measurements, so he can already start.
This is true.
I'm sure Mr. Steiner could easily make your wonderful creation on his own. He has your measurements, as Selena said.
Oh, then Olaf, can I borrow your pen?
Of course,
Just
yeah.
Ron's
I'll just
going to
run
say.
upstairs, get it.
You
bring
get
it
So
your
back.
the
messenger
invitation
pen.
is for you plus one guest, yeah?
Well,
No, the invitation was for Lady Bronwyn Pritchard of Ardbracken House. But as Erin said, ye all have done
Because
a lot.
I don't want to just, impose myself. If I don't have
Yeah.
to go, I'm...
No, but the thing is, as she explained, your party has done quite a lot for the crown. While she gets the formal official invitation, if you's all turned up, she's like, they're probably expecting you all to turn up, but she's the lady, so she gets the formal invitation.
Well, what do you think, Erin? Because, I don't want to impose, but, do you know what I mean? If I don't have to go, I'd be glad not to.
You've done a lot for the crown in the last month or two, an awful lot.
Well, Erin, if you think it's okay, I would be very interested.
We
in
might
going and
ask when
seeing
we're
who the
there,
delegation
because we
is
don't
made
want
up
to...
of.
maybe
stay
they're
fresh.
relatives of yours, Olaf, if they're dwarves.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And she does turn and say, yes, do we even know what the makeup of the delegation is, says Aaron. And Agnicon's like, I'd really like to know as well.
I mean,
And
I assume it's a
No idea.
there are
mixture.
elves in Jotunheim.
There are.
Yes.
Probably frost giants, probably some dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
I expect to be a bit
I
of
would expect it to be
everything,
a
no?
mix of every race
Well,
that's on
maybe-
the council.
Well, you see,
Yeah, they have a council with everyone there,
Yeah.
right? So I presume
but if
they
this
would
was
send
a
delegation.
but
But
if
if
this
it's a
was a
business
business
meeting,
trade delegation, it's
so
not.
maybe
Yeah.
not.
It might only
All
be
right.
it might only be Fae that are interested in
Yeah.
trade
Business.
and business with
Yeah.
Ireland, with humans.
Which I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
know
know.
so much about
We'll
it.
have to wait and see then.
Perhaps
The dwarfs would be interested, though. So they should be there.
yeah, there would be dwarf tradespeople.
You know, like,
absolutely.
Dwarves are
absolutely.
like, any chance to make
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
they will make money.
Yeah.
Have you got any relatives in the trade business?
There are a few. I have a very big.
Do you think
family.
anyone
it
would
take too long
actually-
to list? No one that's successful though.
No, right.
You know? And I'd say they would only select probably one or two to represent.
Yeah.
You know, the larger.
Mhm.
Well, I wonder how they find it.
Interesting.
Bron's going to send a message to Alpheus.
Asking for the dress.
Need dress for banquet. Help. Bronman.
You get a message back in a minute that's silvery font of a minute script. Of course, mein Fräulein, what is the occasion?
I look at you and I go like, even in script he has the accent. It's hilarious.
Wow. We're just reading
Bron's
it in
gonna
his
say,
accent.
banquet in Tara, trade delegation from Jotunheim, there as champion.
And he replies back, do not worry, man of Valkyrie, you will be quite the creature from it on the
I can't wait to see what you're doing.
Yeah, you said Jotunheim, and his most recent creation for you he called the Valkyrie's Mantle.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
So you've just told him that it's a trade delegation
Oh my
from
God.
Jotunheim.
You're going to look like the snowy mountains.
You have to
themselves
make
from
sure
it.
that you're not outshining the queen.
That's very true.
I wouldn't outshine the queen. He, and Alpheus would know not to do that anyway.
He might make a close one though.
So, yes.
Alpheus would know.
About 30 minutes or so later, Nafua has packed all their
Perfect.
stuff.
How much actually, because we haven't discussed it, like how far is it from Dublin? How much
Oh,
does it
it's like
cost?
just
Is
under
my
50
standard?
kilometres.
So it's my
like,
standard 6.
I don't have Google Earth open right now, but I looked it up and it's
Grand.
like, it's under 60 kilometres, so that's just your base 6.
Yeah.
So easy for you.
So I go there and back again.
Yeah. No, literally you just drop Nafua at the front of
And
the
they say, like,
headquarters.
Have fun, my dear.
So I will. And they head inside. They're really excited. They're getting to look through the archives of the Druid Order.
Yeah.
And then you bamf back to Ard Bracken House?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Has your man appeared again?
No. He has not appeared again.
Right. Well, we get our stuff done, and then in the late afternoon, I suppose, I'll get us outside
Aaron
the
turns to you and says, so,
palace.
is there anything that you would like me to do for you? How long do you think you'll be at... I assume you're going to stay in Tara for a day or two at least until the trolls arrive.
I suppose.
So
Yes.
we'll probably head back to the estate in White Rock,
Okay, yeah.
and we'll see you all in a little over a week's time at the banquet at
yeah.
Tara.
Mm-hmm.
Braun is going to give Aaron a big hug.
And she gives you a big hug back.
Shake out.
Oh yeah, I give her a hug.
Oh yeah, she gives
And
you
I
all.
give
She
Aiden
gives you.
a hug as well.
She gives Bronwyn a hug. She gives Selena a hug. She gives you Olaf a very polite nod to the head.
Nod.
Yes,
Back.
and Aignicon
Shakes
shakes the hand and he nods to the head to. What he does, he gives you a nod to the head and a wink, and then he turns to you and gives an incredibly formal elven bow. Yeah.
Braun
I'm
is
just
like,
giggling.
yeah, okay. Are there lessons for this whole lady?
Yes, there's
whole
finishing
thing?
schools.
Oh my god, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Okay,
So, did Potter say where we should go?
Tara.
He just said Tara.
I'll just teleport us
Let's just go
outside
there.
of the
Okay.
perimeter because,
yeah.
I can't teleport. After I actually did that once, they realised, oh, that is a security threat. So,
They might have.
thanks to me, the queen is
barriers.
even safer now.
Yeah.
They set up
Exactly.
wards.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Because
telling.
Selena basically bounced
Just
in.
walked
while,
in.
While,
Yeah, I
while
was like,
she and Aaron-
I tried to
Selena and Aaron
do...
were having tea.
Yeah, because I was trying to do
Yeah.
asking Erin about her
What did
wedding,
they pay those
and
guards
I was astral projecting twice, and I was like, no, screw this. I just teleported there, and they were like, oh, you're able to do that. But probably, do you know what? The professor probably knew that it's possible, so she could do it
Yeah.
on the side.
Yeah.
for? She probably could have just bounced straight
Yeah.
into the room.
Well, you do know that she had that spell
She
because
did.
she
She-
surprised you the night of the fight.
She did.
She
Appearing
Yeah.
at her home when you were not
So,
expecting her.
That was actually a good thing because, like, yeah, then when the wards were up, she couldn't do that anymore.
It's a
either.
powerful spell, teleportation. It's a
is,
4th level Sphere of
Pretty good,
Twilight
like.
spell, so it is quite powerful. As you know, like the highest level spells are 5th level spells. Not many people have access to that spell. So you do appear, and there's 2 soldiers standing out. Watch. And one is like, wait, who goes? And he's like getting his rifle. Wait, it's okay.
Femme fatales.
We know them. They're supposed to be here, probably. And you recognize it's one of the guards who's like,
again.
will we... You're just going to walk up, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And the other guy's like, wait,
I'm
no,
not
like...
quite sure what they want us to do, so we're just going to go in.
And he turns like...
We were asked to be here.
The first guy who was like startled, he's looking at his buddy, and he's like,
See a new guy.
Tomas, they're the ones who killed the snake. I was like, oh, yeah, they're just, yeah. And he just gestures you through.
Whatever,
He doesn't even bother trying to get a carriage to bring you up the driveway. He's like, no, they're going to just walk. It's like,
We'll find. We'll find.
So you make your way up towards the
Entrance.
the entrance, and you get there. Sorry, just give me 1 second. As you're getting there, you're just getting to the front, and you see Mr. the Butler. He's like the household manager of Tara.
Yeah.
You know, he's like Eamon O'Murda is for you at Ard Bracket House.
Kinsella is in.
But or Kinsella is for Aaron at White Rock, but this is the guy who's doing it for the Royal Palace. So a bloody important guy, and he's standing there in the beautiful rich green with gold that is the uniform of the palace, and he says, "It is so wonderful to one of your friends is missing."
Yes, they have been asked to go to the Druid headquarters to help with research.
Of course. Well, if you would please come inside.
Thank you so
We
much.
weren't sure when you would be here, so if you don't mind waiting, it could be some time before.
No problem, no
That's
problem.
okay.
So he leads you into one of the waiting areas that you've seen before, and he says, we will have tea for you momentarily.
Thank you so
And
much.
about 2-3 minutes, 2-3 minutes later, a servant comes in with a tray with tea and some little scone thingies for you all.
Just every time I'm looking forward to the food here. Like, it's just amazing,
You
isn't
do
it?
get
all?
well fed here.
So nobody's turning up for a while. Does anybody want? Are you planning on doing anything? Or are you going
just
to wait
have my
until
tea and
somebody
wait
comes?
Wait.
Eat
I'm
my
looking at
scones
you, Olaf.
You did
Make
this
sure
sneaking
all
around
of
the
my
last.
weapons are on me
Yeah.
as I
Yeah.
walk into the hall. And no, I'm not going to sneak around this time. No,
Okay.
that would be bad form. I think at this stage.
I'm just looking
I'm just
for the
going to scoff
kitchen.
all the scum.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking for that was the best thing.
Yeah. So
I'm looking for the kitchen.
right. So after about an hour or so, into the room walks Colonel Maeve Niralik. You met them once before. They're the tiny little Fae touched the Colonel of the High Guard.
Yes, yes, I remember.
You're like, they're so tiny. They're like about
Goblin
130
Purse.
centimeters,
I love
or
her.
some sort of not like you think maybe fairy blood
Yeah,
in their
yeah.
family. You know, really like she's got this soft brown curls that fall
Tiny
around her
but
face
fierce.
in this kind of halo. Really, really short hair, pointed ears just peering up above them. But when she moves like a dancer. But she's got this. It's funny because she has this really, really young, youthful, really pretty face, like dimples and vibrant, sparkling green eyes. But all of the soldiers are like straight to attention. So you figured it out that she must be in her late 40s, early 50s, but she looks like she could be 30.
Yeah.
You know, that Fae
Nuts.
blood,
Yeah.
you know? And so she's in the military garb and she
Just
sees
goals
you
for
all.
me. I want to be like
Yeah, and she sees you all. Says, "Oh, excellent! We're so happy that you're here."
good to see you.
The druids told you the situation. Night trolls. We believe it's 4 or 5. We're not sure entirely. It was eyewitness accounts from farmers and the like, seeing them passing up through the night.
They
So
haven't engaged with anything.
they haven't engaged with any. Well, we think they might have killed some sheep.
Oh.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
fair
yeah,
enough.
we think they
Livestock
might have
is
killed
better
some-
than people.
We think they might have killed some sheep. Some farmers did say that some sheep were missing and parts found. So
Yeah.
Sounds
they
like
got
troubles.
hungry. We originally thought they were maybe travelling to Dublin, but we think now that they were just using the terrain of the Wicklow Mountains so that they would have shelter when the sun rose.
Right.
So we think, we don't know, we won't know until tonight, but we think that they are actually travelling further north. But these creatures are 3, nearly 4 meters tall. Like, they're quite big.
Yeah.
So just they move very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like nitros.
You've met them before, Bronwyn.
Yes. When
Sorry, apologies, Lady Pritchard.
Well, I met one in Jotunheim that got thrown.
Oh, you were in Jotunheim. Oh, this is I mean, and of course, Master Olaf, we were hoping that you'd be here, so you might be able to give us some information that would help us.
Yeah, I got thrown at a wall. It was horrible.
Oh, so in brief, if they attack,
Right.
we know that night trolls are vulnerable to sunlight, but do they have any other vulnerabilities?
Well,
They're not
They're just-
vulnerable to
they're-
Fey Iron.
and they're just really
Well, is anything?
they're just really tough in general.
They're very tough
So,
skin.
Really tough.
Tough skin, so they have like a
Natural
protective,
armor.
natural hide-like armor.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
like
Are they vulnerable to iron like the fairies?
no.
Oh, that's a shame.
See,
That would
outside
be-
of Ireland, that
No.
hardly is the case.
That's
that
not
does
the
seem to
case.
be the case, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
in Ireland,
Because
so
frost,
many.
it's no problem for frost
Speedy
giants.
strings.
Yes, it's
or
only in
dwarves
and in
or-
Scotland as well. I believe
Yeah.
the Fae there, but it's such a
Some
strange
relatives
thing.
have told me, like,
Yes.
but the relatives that are travelling the continent have always told
Yes,
me
that's
that
what I've
it's
heard.
very
On the
strange.
mainland, the Fae have no significant
Not really.
vulnerabilities to
No.
iron. Maybe fairies like my ancestors would have, but apart from that,
No, they don't.
so no vulnerabilities to iron.
No.
I mean, look, there is.
It'd be like trying to shoot an elephant.
The
Oh.
best thing would be to just distract them until the sun comes up.
We
Yeah,
have,
amazing.
well, so we have 6 members of the Raven Watch
Okay.
here. There is a regiment of soldiers, and then there's the High Guard themselves.
Right.
Okay.
Now, if you're telling me that it's like fighting an elephant, like our rifles are good, but they're not
Often
elephant
with
rifles.
big clubs as well.
They're not elephant rifles.
Yeah.
So from the way you're talking, Lady Pritchard, you're suggesting to me that standard firearms are not going to be as effective against them as they would against other creatures.
No.
No, I have armor piercing bullets that should be quite effective. Well, they were.
Armor piercing.
They were good against
The
the
water
snake.
serpent.
Yeah.
Armor piercing bullets? Is this some
They're
new
enchanted.
caliber?
They're enchanted.
Oh, they're magic bullets.
Yeah.
Oh no, our soldiers don't have magic bullets. Like,
It's a shame.
well, do you have any idea how difficult magic bullets are to make, Master Dwarf?
And
do,
they
but-
were really
Oh my God.
expensive.
Yes.
Well, A, they're really expensive, and B, we don't have artificers just churning out magic bullets
Our
full
good
time.
friend Turga has
Well,
been
if you ever
helping.
wanted one, I could suggest a great dwarf.
Yeah.
Yes, but they would be very busy making single bullets.
That is
so
true.
yes.
That is true.
Right. What about sabers? What
If
about
you get close enough.
what about a Cairns axe?
Kernsax might be.
So the High Guard, the
Yeah.
High Guard with their Cairns
That's
axes,
true,
they
have
would
that.
actually
Hang on. I heard about this elite fighting group.
the High Guard.
Yes,
You've
no,
seen
on
them?
the continent.
Oh,
Pike
I have.
men?
I've heard of the giant,
From the
Swiss,
mountains?
the Swiss mercenaries.
They use something similar against theirs.
well,
so that should should
Okay,
work.
well then that's good. So then we will have what we are thinking was several rows of riflemen, behind which would be the Ravens Watch using their magics, behind which would be the High Guard,
the magics would be
behind which we
effective.
would ask for you.
Yeah.
Of
Right.
course.
If they do decide to attack the palace,
The riflemen, I would question whether you need them, to be honest.
well, they're soldiers. Their job is to protect the palace.
Yeah.
And I'd
us-
rather them using their rifles and their bayonets than charging them with sabers.
No, I don't think
Oh
anyone
no,
should
Yes,
sabers
so-
wouldn't work, but
so-
I
You
do think
would be
their
sending them to
skin
their
will be
deaths.
too tough.
Yeah.
But
Well, hopefully it'll do some damage. But
and they eat people.
is that actually true?
Yeah.
well, in Jotunheim there are stories of amulets that can protect the wearers from being eaten by trolls.
Right.
I mean, I don't know anyone who was eaten by a troll, but we do hear stories, yes.
Right.
That's what I've wondered. But we would have you behind the high guards. You would be the last line of defence.
If bring back your injured, and I can keep on.
Thank you.
Bringing
You've
out
done
some
so
healing
much
spells.
for our soldiers before.
That's fine.
Yes. They've stories amongst the ranks have started about you. The great travelling healer.
I've lost soldiers when we fought the water snake, so
Soldiers-
that shouldn't be.
Soldiers will die in combat. That
Oh,
happens.
I know, but it just doesn't
From
feel
what-
good on my
I'm
From
just
what-
glad we didn't lose more.
And
That
from what
is-
I heard,
could
you would have
have
lost
lost
many more if you
yes.
weren't there.
True.
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we will hopefully. I mean, hopefully they're not going to attack the palace. We don't know
maybe,
why they're
maybe
here.
they're just that's it. Like
Maybe they're just here because they're.
Are they part of the delegation?
No, they're not
No.
part of the. There is a troll in the delegation.
Oh, so
From-
they couldn't be feeling affronted if they're not part of the
So
delegation.
maybe they're from a different family,
Different-
perhaps.
Oh, maybe
and
that's why they're affronted.
From what I've heard, that the delegation, they only arrived yesterday, is made up of 2 frost giants, a father and son, 2 dwarves, a father and son. I believe there's a troll, and some type of northern fairy elf woman with a tail like a cow. I don't. You're correct. Olaf is correct. You're internet. That's a Huldra. And she's like, if you say so, Master Dwarf. I don't know. But I believe that is the delegation.
So it's fathers and so it's all men.
No, the
Huldra.
Huldra. The Huldra is a woman.
Excellent pronunciation.
Thank you, sir. And she's kind of like, she's grinning. He's like, shut up, you. The frost giants are father and son. The dwarves are father and son. The troll is a man, masculine, and the Huldra, I believe, is a woman.
Yes.
Of varying ages. I believe that she, the troll, and one each of the dwarves and the frost giants are older.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
So yes, that's all I've heard. I've heard very little.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like they arrived yesterday. They travelled to Cork. They've started their trade negotiations. We will know.
And they'll only come here for the banquet.
I believe that is the plan. There is
Okey-dokey.
to be. I believe there's to be a banquet in Cork on Monday, and there will probably be some lords there.
Yeah.
I imagine that Lord Tyrconnell, as Minister for Enterprises, will be there.
He would.
And then there is going to be the final banquet at Tara on not this Saturday coming, but the following Saturday.
Yes.
So yes, that's what we've been told.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best.
Well, that's all we ask. So, you have not free reign, but sort of free reign. Like, you're allowed to travel around a bit on the grounds, depending on where you want to go.
I want to find that civil servant who was organising our banquet.
Who's also a member of the League of Cunning.
I think so, he is,
Yeah,
isn't he? Yeah.
so that would be, just give me one moment, please. That would be Dahi
That's him.
Mac Unser.
That's it.
So he's a senior civil servant in Her
I'll
Majesty's
find him.
government. And you go asking for him. About 30 minutes after you've asked one of the staff, he does appear. Short man, 170 centimeters. He's got that thinning grey hair, round face, blue eyes. Like, he's very much looks like a bureaucrat. You know, thin wireframe glasses, this kind of high energy, and he's carrying a bundle of papers under. Every time you see him, he seems to be carrying a bundle of papers.
He is.
You know,
I remember that distinctly from when we
like
had our
every
thing.
time you see this. The only time you've ever seen him without a bundle of papers on him was when you had dinner at Molesworth Street in the
Yes,
headquarters.
with the water snake.
Yeah, that was the only time. So he sees you. I assume that Olaf and Bronwyn are there as well.
Dahi, good
Good
to see
evening.
you.
It's good to see you too, Miss Selena.
Absolutely, Miss. Please, Selena. I told you that so many times.
Yes, Miss Selena.
We were just wondering about the banquet because, of course, Bronwyn, as being the titled amongst us, got the formal invitation. Is she bringing one person, or are we expected all of us to show up on this banquet?
Oh, if you all came, there would be absolutely no issues with that at all. It would be good to know for seating arrangements. And
That's
the
exactly
Please.
why I'm asking.
But I will make sure to inform the staff that you will all be there. Will Nifil be there as well?
I don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Will she be done at that stage? With her?
Where are they now?
They are in Dublin.
They're in Dublin
With
doing
the
research with the druids' quarters.
Oh, will it take them over a week for their research?
I don't know.
I
She
will
was
I-
full of grief. But include her, because I can always get her.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Of
and
course.
she's in Dublin, she can easily buy
well,
just
yeah,
dresses.
absolutely.
stuff,
Yeah, well, I will make sure that they all know. I mean, obviously, the invitation would have gone to Lady Pritchard.
Our titled member of the... Yes.
But at the same time, you are all heroes of the court.
Well, thank you, Paddy. Just to be sure that there are enough places set for.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
yes. yes.
That's exactly it.
I don't know.
I just didn't want to show up like that, you know what I mean?
I don't know how big a banquet it will be. It's I'm
Yeah, it's a trading
It-
delegation, isn't it?
yeah. It could be small. It might be only.
I'll
80.
whisper to him. Place Bronwyn beside the frost giant.
Please do not place. Yeah, make sure they're not beside the frost giant.
I will.
Murder
Well,
me.
no, I would not be in charge of the arranging of places at the table. I think it's going to be a small banquet, probably only about 80 people.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Very small
very
indeed.
small.
Yeah, I'm just looking
Yes.
at Olaf going like,
Then
that's
it's
tiny
so-
banquet,
then
isn't
a
it? Like
much
80
larger
people, oh my
banquet.
god.
Very
Yeah, no,
small, very
that's
small.
fine. That's fine. That's perfect. Thank you
Only
so much.
four
We
courses,
just, yeah,
five
we
courses,
didn't,
five
we
courses.
didn't just want to show up on the night. You know what I mean? That's why
Well,
I thought I'll
No,
ask.
and that's it's actually lucky that you caught me. I was about to head back to Dublin.
Oh,
Yes.
you got. You're always running around important business.
Well, yes.
Well, we're gonna see you soon in the Conning.
Oh, hopefully we might be able to meet up back in Moleswood Street. It
Yeah,
would
it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yes, we've been having some interesting progress in our research. A few of us have learned some minor magics.
So I've heard.
Yes, it's quite
Yes,
exciting.
so we were
Brilliant.
told.
I would really want. I would like
I've
to
learned
see
some
that.
swamp
Yeah.
magic as well.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
really?
interesting. Because
Yeah.
Bronwyn, didn't you?
You need to
Heal
show.
that
You need to
woman
show
in the
me. See
market.
if
Well,
I
it's
can
not
give you
that
some
I
pointers.
healed her. It's just
But you
more
brought her
that
back
I
from
was
death?
able to stop her from dying, but I didn't heal her.
Miss Thornton recently has learned a simple magic as well.
Was it like good
Yeah.
that?
I'd
Can
love
she
to
bring
see it,
someone
like,
It's
back?
Ah,
only,
maybe I
it's
could-
really
maybe
only
I
since
could-
the duel that I've been able
Maybe
to-
I
we-
could
I mean,
give pointers. That's fantastic.
That would be
I'd love to see
wonderful.
that, like,
And keep on doing our research. I mean, that is the purpose of our little group, studying the occult, studying the arcane, trying to unlock the secrets of
You
it.
have helped us a lot, and if we can help you in return, we're too happy.
Yes, well, we do wonder, is it maybe that the exposure that some of the group had to fairy magics in the Fey Mounds?
Very
Possibly.
possible.
Yes.
Very
So
possible.
maybe if we were to travel there again, or maybe get some artifacts from some fairy mounds that
Very
would
possible.
help with our studies, that would maybe help us progress.
Speaking of artifacts for fairy mounds, one of the artifacts that we sent back with you may be cursed.
Really?
Just a
What?
flag.
Wait, what? Which?
And there may have been an
Oh,
artifact
that's
from the
true.
dwarven mound that may carry a curse that dwarves are susceptible to. So
Oh,
I don't know if
what?
any of your new magics entail being able to tell if an item is cursed or not. But just
I
to
don't
be
believe
careful.
so. No, it's.
You have to ask Finn for that.
I believe so. Lord Tyrconnell has learned has gained the ability to weakly detect magical energies.
Oh,
Yes, it's
very nice.
Yes, but not much
to that
beyond.
extent.
Not a detailed
Mm.
It's
detection.
incredible for somebody who hasn't actually possessed the, magic spark
Well,
before. So
we
it's
have
incredible.
been
It's brilliant.
we have been studying for many years. Our group has studied many sacred texts,
Yeah.
occult,
We've come
occult
into-
writings. we've collected many items. There's quite a number of magical items that are in our headquarters that we've studied to try
The
to
proximity
unlock
to them
these
may have helped,
secrets.
you know?
That together with actual doing
Being
things,
in there, yeah.
being in there, maybe.
Do you know which, if any, objects were taken by? It was Lady Nicole who went with you to the
We
dwarven
did
site.
gift her an Irish chess set.
Oh, the fiddle set.
And that was the only thing that I can think of that was not native to my people
Well, the
within
Tome
that
of the
settlement.
Warrior that I took.
Tome of the Warrior, yeah, but that's, I think, in the library here, so we need to tell them here.
Yeah.
Or whoever is the librarian here. That
Well,
might
I'm
be
sure that we can get the druids to examine that item.
Exactly.
And see
Well,
if
I
it
guess
has-
they
That's an
they will
excellent
do
idea.
that anyway
I mean, it
before
was
they
fine
do
for me to
something.
use because I'm not dwarven.
So you
Yeah.
believe it's only dwarves? Well, we do have 2 dwarves in our delegation coming, so should we be worried about that?
No, I think it's only if
Ooh.
they
Actually use it or touch it.
Oh,
I
I
guess.
see. I see.
Although no, because
It's
the
probably
entire
no harm
settlement,
just to check,
the entire
yeah.
settlement got.
It could be something in
infected,
the
so-
air. Maybe do check that book.
Of course.
But maybe get a druid to check that book
Yeah.
before.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but then a settlement, you see, if one gets, I know it
It's
said like
contagious.
it wasn't contagious from the bonded person that's cursed. So how is that?
How did
Weird.
the whole settlement
They must
go?
have handled it or something, like-
Maybe.
I could not tell you.
or maybe I don't know. That's
Could it have
strange.
been simply that this disease got into the settlement and spread like it does when diseases spread?
No, there
Well,
is
no,
an
because
item.
Olaf got
Yeah.
infected, and we have dwarven friends who didn't get infected.
But did they go to the site?
No.
Is this disease particularly contagious?
Yes.
Yes,
Usually, yes.
amongst dwarves.
Oh, so if you were infected, then your friends would have been infected by
Yes.
you, but they weren't.
But they were
Exactly.
not.
Oh, how curious!
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is very queer.
And you were told it was
It was
a
an
curse
item.
rather than
Yeah. I was told it was a curse.
By who?
But it's a very long story that I'd
I-
rather forget, to be honest.
Someone Olaf met in
Someone
the
very
Fae realm.
ancient.
In the
very
Fae
far
realm?
yeah, he
away.
went to get the cure.
Well,
Wait.
as a true Fae, he can
But
pass into the
of
Fae
course,
realm.
but you were recently in the Fae realm.
I was only out of dire necessity. I don't much like to travel in there.
Why not?
It's full of dark and terrifying creatures.
But
Perhaps
you're-
not so bad if you use
but-
magic,
but
but
Don't take this the wrong way, but you live in a land filled with frost
That's-
giants and
that's
trolls.
True, but being in the Fae realm is like being in a dream, and things are so different there. But I did come across a creature called Old Beth who did inform me that I had been cursed. So.
Oh, Beth.
Have you
ever heard
of this creature?
No, never. I'm sorry.
It might be something I could ask the League of Cunning myself next time we visit.
Or maybe Nefua, while looking through the Druid's archives, might
That's
come across an entry to this Old
Pulling out my
Beth.
pen.
Do you send a
Look
message?
for entries relating to Old
Don't forget,
Beth.
you do need to be keeping track of the
Nefua.
ink, so that's about
Yeah.
probably about 15 words that has
Yeah,
been in
That's
the last
why.
while.
That's why when I dictated
Short
the
and
words, I
sweet.
was.
I'd
saying
say-
music
we'll
yours
say-
Yours was
week.
probably like 20, 25.
No, it was.
No, it was like maybe 15.
I would say about 15 for,
Okay,
for
so we'll say
Bronwyn's
30.
message, and I would say maybe 10 for you.
Okay.
I'll say 25 words, because there is a finite amount of ink
Yeah.
on the
I
enchantment.
do have extra ink.
And
but
yeah, you do,
pretty
but you
much.
still have to keep. It's a
Yeah.
consumable item, so you do need to keep track of it. Right, so folks, you don't see. So you're kind of. You're given rooms to spend the night at. They're not quite the really fancy political
fine.
dignitary rooms. They're
Perfect.
nice rooms, but they're
Perfect.
in the more a corner of the palace.
Perfect.
There is.
Is it easy for us to get to like the front where the defences are if we are called? Easy enough, I suppose.
A minute or two of a run.
Cool.
Perfect.
So we can do a bit of a time skip if you wish.
I just try to sleep.
So-
Sleep, because we didn't sleep much. Did we?
Well,
We did, we took
you
watches
did
and
take
stuff.
watches. You did get a long night's
So we
rest.
got.
But
Okay.
you just show in your rooms. You have your meals. Nobody else is calling upon you.
I wash up and then go to sleep.
The
Try
next
to rest
the
as
next
much as I can.
morning, you have breakfast. Yet again, one or two times, some soldiers are sent to check in on you. You are told that the trolls are definitely travelling to Tara. They had shifted north.
Right.
Their last time they were seen somewhere in Kildare, they think. It's believed that they might have taken shelter in the ruins of an old monastery over the night. But it's unconfirmed, you know. There was at least 2 different stories of eyewitnesses swearing that they saw these creatures within a 15-20 kilometre distance of each other. But it does look like they are travelling north towards Tara. So, if you want, we can just... There's nothing else is really happening, okay? Right. And then the following Saturday morning... you're there. This is your 3rd day there.
Is Potter there? No, he's not.
Potter is back in
He's
Dublin.
in the headquarters.
He is in
Third day
Dublin.
is the second day, is it not?
No, because you've travelled there.
Yeah. And the
Spend the
afternoon,
night.
yeah.
Then you spend the second night. So this is the This is your second morning, 3rd day. All right, and you can tell there's definitely a bit more tension. The soldiers that you're talking to are saying, the colonel just says that they believe that the trolls will arrive that evening. That when the sun, at some point that night, that the trolls will arrive. So once dusk comes, once twilight is appearing and it starts getting close to dark before the sun is set, troops will be going into position. Now the thing about the hill of Tara, it's quite big.
Yep.
So it is quite big. They will have units spread around the ring.
Yeah.
With the High Guard, the Royal Guards in the 16th century yellow lanas with their Marian helms, with their Kern's axes, and the Ravens Watch, the elite battle mage unit. They will be kind of central, waiting so that they can be called to whatever section the trolls appear at. And they've asked that you be central at the palace as well, waiting with those units to go wherever you are called.
Brilliant. No problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
So everything is set up. The sky starts to cloud. There's a rumble. And about 25 minutes before, 20-30 minutes you think before the sun is going to be setting, you hear a bit of noise, and not much, but like you hear somebody comes like, where are they? And you immediately recognize the voice of Lady Nicola.
Oh.
It's like, I know they're here. My father heard. I'm coming, and you see
Lady Nicola!
You see Lady Nicola, and your friend is coming over.
Ron's gonna like
Waving at
And
her.
she has carrying in her hands this
Over here.
massive rifle.
Oh, she's a clever
This
one.
thing
She
is
brought
this
one.
this thing is huge. It's like
Wow.
it must be 1.5 meters long.
I've never
It
seen
is
anything.
Never seen anything like
enormous. As she comes jogging up to you, carrying the thing, it's like, oh, this is heavy.
My goodness, what is that?
It's an elephant gun. My father got it when he was hunting in. Oh, isn't it around?
Remind
No,
me what
she
an
is
elephant
in,
is again?
They're big creatures found in Africa. They're quite massive. They're about 3-4 times the size of a
Nifua
horse.
would know,
Oh.
like, yeah.
He did go hunting once or twice there, and you need one of these too. I've been told
They will
these.
be good for
They-
fighting.
I've
Will.
been told
Yeah.
that they're just as good as the troll guns,
Yeah.
and it
Very
does.
good.
You have seen dwarven troll rifles as well. It was similar. I said so, and you can see that kind of excited, eager look on her face.
Well,
So-
here we go.
I got
Well.
a fast restorative spark on her.
And just as she's saying that, you hear a rumbling noise as it starts to rain, as it starts to go dark, and she says,
They will come up.
well, it looks like we're just going to wait.
So restorative spark on all of you.
Thank
And
you.
myself.
Lovely.
Thank you for the blessing. I wonder how long it will be.
I don't know.
Well, they can't travel during the day, so they're only starting to travel now. So
They could arrive any time.
Well,
darkness.
they move fast.
How fast
because
do
they're
they
so
move?
big.
Do we
like-
know like, exactly?
They can take big
They're
jumps.
3-4 meters, so
Wow.
tall. So they've got a big stride.
That's true.
Oh, I don't want to deal with a troll again.
And she turns to you all and says, well, hopefully we're not waiting too long. I haven't had a good fight in a while.
Will these trolls dare to attack the royal palace?
Will the forces of Tara, with the aid of the Femme Fatales, be able to withstand such a terrifying assault? And what impact, if any, would this have on the trade negotiations between Jotunheim and Ireland? Join us next week to find out. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to know more about Faearth, the setting and the system, please be sure to check out our itch.io page at fey-earth.itch.io. Here you'll find downloads such as our free lore primer as well as our starter set, which has a early release core rulebook, starter adventure, and literally everything you'd need to start your own game in our setting. You can also find us on social media, on Twitter at Faearth, and also on TikTok.